Okay, there we go. That is what we were hoping for. Hello and welcome to Hyperpolyglotting with Elite, where we are going to be continuing for a little while our Duolingo speedrun. Just to catch anyone up who's following. Together where I can see it. I am currently first place in Silver League. I have got 113 lingots, and we've been going for, this is day 8. Now comes the time where we choose a language, and as always, for a follow on Twitch or a sub on YouTube, and $5 to my Patreon link top of the screen, you can choose a language for me. You can literally any language. Also open to suggestions. I might have, so you can certainly suggest even if you don't contribute. But if you do send a $5 to Patreon, then you get to actually decide. Let me just make sure chat every stream is working for chat. Twitch, to both working. Excellent, excellent. Okay, so the time has come to choose a language. And got a lot of options. In the past week, we've done some Chinese, we've done Arabic, we've done Hindi, Swedish, Vietnamese, Greek, Scottish Gaelic, Haitian Creole, Navajo, Turkish, Welsh, Finnish, Swahili, Irish, Hungarian, Czech, Esperanto. We've done a lot of language. I'm trying to sort of concentrate on the languages I don't actually know all that well, as opposed to the ones I'm already fluent in, because I'd like it to be a bit more of a challenge and also be able to see this from a learner's perspective as opposed to just sort of zipping through and not really having to think too much about the pedagogical aspects of how this thing works. So, well, let's just get started, shall we? I think we're going to start out with some Vietnamese. Edit, stream info. Okay, there we go. Vietnamese. Last time we did this, it got a little bit frustrating because there was just no context. They were just, sort of blitzing out random words. It was getting a bit annoying because that just really isn't a great way to learn anything. We don't learn words really just at random in isolation. We learn them from a context. And that is really overall one of the things that I would do differently if I were designing an app like I would put some narrative structure into this. It doesn't have to be all that complicated, it doesn't have to be long. It just has to be something that gives you a mental image that makes everything memorable, gives you a context and think about the stuff, because that is one of the things that turns out to be very important to language acquisition. You need comprehensible input that is compelling, and preferably in a low stress environment. When you have just random words, not very compelling, is it? Okay. Yeah.
Ga,
Yeah. Cool.
rượu,
Cool.
rượu,
Cool.
đường,
Cool.
Món cá,
Cá.
Họ thích món gà và món cá. Họ thích món cá và món
món
gà.
They like fish and chicken. Oh, I got it backwards.
Dầu ăn và đường.
Cooking oil, dấu ăn. Dấu ăn is
Gà hay
oil.
cá?
Fish,
Rượu và nước.
wine, and water. Rượu và nước. See, I mean, again, this is very context free. Give me give me a little short story about these. That, I mean, in fact, there's an entire teaching method called CPRS that is based on the idea of comprehensible and through just little stories.
Tôi thích món gà.
Tôi thích món gà. I like chicken.
Bạn có đường.
You of sugar. Good.
Chúng tôi thích món cá.
We like fish.
Dầu ăn.
Cooking.
Cậu bé thích đường.
Boy likes sugar.
Tôi không có dầu ăn.
Not have cooking. Không có dầu ăn. Dầu ăn.
Gà ăn bánh mì.
Chicken. Bread.
Người phụ nữ không uống rượu.
Woman does not drink wine.
Họ thích món gà và món cá. Họ thích món cá và món gà. Họ thích món gà và món cá.
Oh, got it back.
Gà và món cá. Dầu ăn và đường.
Oil and wine. Oh, and sugar, đường, bollocks.
Dầu ăn và đường.
Cooking oil and sugar.
Cà phê. Chuối. Cà phê và đường.
Coffee. Sugar. Cà phê và đường. Trái cây.
Trái cây.
Trái cây.
Chúng tôi ăn trưa.
Tôi ăn trưa. We eat
Bữa
lunch.
tối.
Bữa tối.
Bữa sáng, bữa trưa, bữa tối. Bữa sáng, bữa trưa, bữa tối. Trái cây.
Rượu và cà phê.
Wine and coffee. Odd
Chúng
combination.
tôi ăn trái cây.
Fruits.
Những con khỉ ăn chuối.
The monkeys eat bananas. Những con khỉ ăn chuối.
Cô ấy ăn bữa tối. Tôi uống cà phê, cô ấy uống sữa.
Drink coffee. She milk. And see, here's another thing. I've been talking about this issue in all sorts of other languages. It's even more important. Because there are, in other languages, there are different words for you. In Vietnamese, and Vietnamese is by no means alone in this, but in Vietnamese, the word for I, the word for he, the word for she, the word for you, all these things change in all sorts of fairly complicated ways, depending on things like relative age and status of the who are talking and who are being talked to and talked about. So it is so and unlike okay, in the other languages that I've seen, Duolingo acknowledges that there are these different U's, but they don't really give any idea of why you choose one over another. In Vietnamese, I'm not seeing really much sign that they even acknowledge that there are these other ways. Like, "oi" is a very neutral, sort of vaguely formal kind of I. Hello, Yonhua. No, I don't know him, but I know of him. I've seen his videos. He's the guy who goes around and like bets people a fiver if he speaks their language. See, boy, I mean, there's also moon, which is another way of just saying I. It's a bit more informal. And then say if I'm talking to somebody who's older than me, then I wouldn't say toy at all. Really, I'd say M, which actually like M and the person would ein or ko, or if they're older, ong or ba. I mean, it's a very complicated thing, and it is one of the hardest things, apart from like the tones, to really kind of master in Vietnamese. And there's just not really nothing's really dealing with it. It's a really oversimplified Vietnamese that would be result in a lot of confusion because in Vietnamese people are switching these pronouns all the time.
Tôi ăn bữa sáng và anh ấy ăn bữa tối.
The sun kissed and he dinner. It's a sort of a division of
Chuối
labor,
là
I
trái
guess.
cây.
And well, yes. Also say all fruit. They're both correct. I'm gonna should be accepted. Anyway, I mean the vocabulary words were
Bạn không ăn chưa?
uh, not lunch.
Con gấu thích quả chuối.
The bear takes bananas. Like so the banana. It could also be banana. I mean that
Chúng tôi ăn trưa.
eat lunch.
Chuối là trái cây.
Banana fruit.
Con gấu thích quả chuối.
Bear like banana. Okay, let's 5. Each time I level up, we switch languages. How we're doing. Chanh.
Canh.
Chanh.
Đứa trẻ không thích món canh này.
Đứa trẻ không thích món cái này. The kid does not like this
Thức ăn.
Supposed to be đồ ăn.
Món phở.
Phở.
Anh ấy uống sữa với đường.
Anh ấy uống sữa với đường. Things with sugar. And see, for example, anh ấy refers to a male person who is older than you. So, on the other hand, if the person you're talking about in the third person, you'd say am I.
Bạn thích ăn phở với gà không? Bạn
Ăn. Thích.
thích
Ăn.
ăn
Phở.
phở với
Gà.
gà không?
Do you like phở with chicken?
Vâng, tôi thích phở.
Yes, I like phở.
Một quả chanh.
A lemon.
Bạn có thích phở?
Do you phở?
Tôi uống nước ép chanh.
I lemonade ép chanh.
Tôi ăn thức ăn với chanh.
I food with lemon. Well, yeah, it could also be the food. Yes, true. See, the thing about this is individual course creators add in all this stuff, add in all the answers, and you can't really blame them for the fact that these are somewhat inconsistent, that they actually or incomplete, because it's really difficult in some of these cases to get all the permutations that would be correct. They put one or two in there that they think are the most likely, and it's not necessarily all of the possible ways of saying it correctly. That is how you get this.
Tôi chia sẻ thức ăn với anh ấy.
I share food with him. Yeah.
Chúng tôi ăn cơm với canh.
Eat rice with soup.
Cậu bé ăn thức ăn.
Boy. It's the food. Also just
Bữa sáng là phở.
phở.
Canh gà.
In soup. Canh gà.
Tôi ăn thức ăn với chanh.
I lemon. Vietnamese, for example, is a language I have a certain amount of knowledge of it going in. Not a whole lot. I mean, I'm very rusty. I had, back when I was in high school, I had a lot of Vietnamese friends who basically I had 30 Vietnamese. I learned a fair bit and I was kind of conversational at the time with a very clear southern Vietnamese accent. Because they were all from the south. But that's been a very long time now, and so it's very rusty.
Thịt,
It so
rau. Trái cây và rau.
fruit and vegetable. Muối,
Muối,
muối,
ớt,
chili,
Nấm.
mushroom, nấm,
Anh ấy ăn nấm.
I
Anh ấy ăn
nấm,
nấm.
mushroom.
tôi thích mì ăn liền.
I like instant onion,
Cà phê và ớt.
coffee, and chili. Oh, that's a combination.
Muối. Tôi không ăn thịt.
I don't meat. Không ăn thịt.
Anh ấy ăn thịt và uống nước.
He eats meat and drinks water.
Bạn có ăn thịt gà không?
Uh-huh. Do you eat chicken?
Anh ấy ăn chuối với muối.
He eats bananas with salt.
Cô ấy ăn mì ăn liền với rau, nấm và ớt.
Thing? If Mushroom. Chili. Đây
Đây là
là
mì ăn liền cứ bạn.
Bạn is another that is a fairly informal way of saying you. Literally means friend.
Tự nhiên.
Tự nhiên. Right.
Trái
Đây
và rau.
Đây
là mì ăn liền của bạn. Tự chưa nhiên.
Tự nhiên.
Trái cây và rau.
Đây là mì ăn liền của bạn. Cứ tự nhiên.
That's what you know. Okay. And 4 of 5.
Mì
Ý. Literally Italian noodle. Oh wow. The word for bread, bánh mì, means literally noodle cake.
trứng.
Món trứng.
Egg.
Cà chua.
Anh ấy là người ăn chay.
He a vegetarian.
Cô ấy muốn khoai tây chiên.
On. Guessing.
Họ muốn ăn mì Ý hay khoai tây chiên? Họ muốn ăn. Họ muốn ăn mì Ý hay khoai tây chiên? Ý hay khoai. Họ muốn ăn mì Ý hay khoai tây chiên? Chiên.
Khoai tây chiên.
Cà chua. Tôi là người ăn chay.
I am vegetarian. I mean, see, and here's where it would actually be more normal to say I am a vegetarian, because usually if you say it is something is vegetarian without an indefinite article, you're saying that it would be they would be acceptable to be eaten by vegetarians. So if I say I am vegetarian, it means like basically I am a plant-based organism.
Tôi ăn chay.
I wait. This is missing. Well, oh, I see what they're going for. I am a vegetarian. Literally just means I eat vegetables. Gui anchai. This means a person who eats vegetables.
Quả trứng.
Nó là một trái cà chua.
So, it's a tomato.
Canh cà chua.
Tomato soup. Canh cà chua.
Một đĩa mì Ý.
A of pasta.
Đó không phải là khoai tây chiên.
Those are not chips.
Họ muốn ăn
Ăn
mì
Ý
Ý
hay
khoai
tây
tây
chiên.
chiên.
Cô
Cô
ấy
ấy
muốn
phải
khoai tây chiên.
chiên. Okay, I have now leveled up, and it is time to pick a new language. But 1252 XP, 69 out of 50 for the day, and the next achievement is 7500 XP, and I'm on 5693. So, about 1800 shortly. And as always, if you would like to choose the language for me, you can do that by following me on Twitch or subbing on YouTube and sending me a $5 on my Patreon. Suggestions are, of course, always welcome, but if you do that, you can decide for me outright. What shall we? See. Let's speak some Welsh. Okay.
Llyfr.
Llyfr.
Mi wnes I weld ffrind.
I a friend.
Wnaeth o ddarllen y llyfr.
Did he book? I thought that ddarllen y llyfr.
Nes ti godi?
Did
Dwi ddim yn hoffi codi yn y bore.
coffee? I don't like getting up morning.
Codi.
Gwnaethon ni ffonio'r swyddfa ddoe.
Phone office yesterday. On your sweet ddoe.
Gwnes I wylio'r teledu heddiw.
I watched telly day. Fonio.
Ffonio.
Dŵr.
Learn.
Dysgu.
Super.
Super.
Fonio.
Ffonio.
Gyrru.
Gyrru.
Mi wnes I weld Dewi Lingo yn y caffi.
I saw Dewi Lungo in the cafe. Okay. Beren.
Seren.
Tates.
Teits.
Wylio.
Wylio.
Yfed.
Yfed.
Hefyd.
Hefyd.
Wnaethon ni wylio'r teledu. Ni. Wylio. Teledu.
Mm-hmm.
Crys. Dŵr.
Hate.
Teit.
Menu.
Menyw.
Fonio.
Ffonio.
Mi wnaeth Megan ddarllen y llyfr ddoe.
The book.
Wnaethoch.
Chi.
Chi.
Darllen.
Llyfr. Echnos.
Wnaeth.
Godi.
Godi.
A mi wnaeth hi.
Mi. Wnaeth.
Hi godi.
Godi.
O wnaeth Sioned gystadlu ddoe?
Dadliddoi.
Gwnaeth hi ysgrifennu llyfr newydd.
She wrote a new. And you'll note ysgrifennu for write. That should sound just kind of familiar if you know Romance. Scrivere. It's the same root. Welsh, as I've noted before, is full of Latin words.
Naddo, wnaethon ni ddim ysgrifennu dim byd ddoe.
Did not write anything yesterday.
Wnaeth Owen gystadlu heddiw.
Did
Do.
Owen compete today? Oh, I forgot the word yes. Bollocks.
Gwnaeth Megan gystadlu yn y ras.
Again. Gystadlu yn y ras.
Naddo, wnaeth Celyn ddim cystadlu yn y ras.
Not.
Do, gwnaeth Celyn ysgrifennu'r nofel. Gwnaeth hi ysgrifennu nofel newydd. Ysgrifennu nofel newydd. Nes ti fwynhau darllen y nofel na? Naddo, dim o gwbl.
Enjoy reading that novel. Oh.
Rasus.
Wnaeth Sioned ddarllen y nofel na ddoe? Do.
Did that novel yet? Welsh Cymraeg.
Cymraeg.
Lemon. Lemon.
Bake.
Beic.
Ras.
Ras.
Dŵr. Wnaeth Dylan hoffi'r nofel. Naddo.
Like.
Mi wnaeth Dewi ddarllen y nofel ddoe.
Read the novel yesterday.
Wnaeth Dylan fwyta siocled. Do.
Dylan. Chocolate. Yeah.
Do, gwnaethon ni gystadlu yn y ras ddoe.
Wnaeth Owen fwyta'r brecwas na.
Did Owen that breakfast?
Wnaeth Owen gystadlu heddiw. Do.
Yes. Okay, and that is leveling up. Time to choose language. And too many windows. And windows so I don't get lost again. And as always, $5 to my Patreon combined with a follow or subscription, depending on Twitch, allows you to just decide which language for me. Pick any language that Duolingo offers, and I'll do it. Otherwise, suggestions always welcome, and I'm gonna focus on languages I don't already know well. So far today, we've done Welsh and Vietnamese. Lots of options where we could. Also, I'm kind of listening. Got some laundry going, and I throw it in the. Maybe taking a short break. Outside the language. But no, time to And we are back. Okay, excellent. Just had to get laundry into one device and another. And now we can resume our Duolingo speed. Left off, it was time to choose a new language. Hello to whoever's just joined. Oh, and thank you for the follow, Yonhua. Let me know if I'm... Oh, Uncle Aldo! Bon vai! Excellent. Good to see you again. Let me know if I'm mispronouncing your name, Yonhua. I'd like to get those things right. And it is time to pick a new language. So far, I've done Welsh and Vietnamese. But I haven't got that window where it needs to be. I can actually see what's going on with it. A mim também. E também. Okay, I'm thinking maybe we do... Sei lá. Tenho feito da vietnamita, chinês. Tô pensando fazer hindi, talvez. Árabe. Malaysia. Turco. Sim, turco. Turco vai. Okay, time to change the title here. Turkish. Time for Turkish. Okay. Negation 2.
Hayır, Duo burada değildi.
No. Hayır, bu burada değildi.
Lamba çalışmadı.
Lamp did not lamba çalışmadı.
Dün annenin şapkası yeşil değildi.
Dün annenin şapkası yeşil değildi. Yesterday, your mother's hat was not green. So today it
İşim
is.
hala bitmedi.
My work is not yet finished.
Hiç kimse benimle konuşmuyor.
Nobody is speaking with me. Bear with the sweater around his neck. No shoulder.
Yolculuk bitmedi.
Yolculuk bitmedi.
Hayır, ders saat 5'te başlamayacak.
Will not hurt. 5.
Ben onu hiç sevmedim.
Loved it. I mean, that is certainly a memorable phrase, but it's like, this would be so much better if they, like, put this into some sort of order where there was some kind of narrative going. So much more memorable. Yeah, this is Turkish.
Sunum bitmedi.
Sunum bitmedi. Presentation did.
Hasta olmamak için portakal suyu iç.
Drink orange in order not.
Sen hiç benim kız kardeşimle konuşmadın.
Have been with Mr. Kardeş.
O, pazar günü çalışmadı.
O pazar günü not work on.
Seninle konuşmuyorum. Seninle konuşmuyorum.
I'm not talking with. Seninle konuş.
O daha okula başlamadı.
O daha okula başla. Not started school.
Dün okulda değildin.
Dün okulda değildi. Not at school yesterday.
Beni. Senin gibi. Kimse sevmedi.
Beni kimse senin gibiyse.
Hasta
Olmamak.
olmamak. İçin
In
portakal suyu. İç.
see, and each this is a very informal, very plain way of saying drink as an imperative. You would not say this to most people you know, to most people you encounter like randomly on the street. You would chen or ichenis, more polite. And one thing they really need to work on is getting that across to people. There's this difference. Perfect.
Onlar bugün okula gitmediler.
They did not go to school today.
Seni asla unutmayacağım.
I will.
Hayır, annem asla buraya gelmeyecek.
Mother never come.
Gelmedim çünkü seni sevmiyorum.
I did not come because I do love you. Gee, this is a kind of a fucked up theme to be focusing on. Basically, it's just one after another, just way of sort of telling people to fuck off.
Hayır, bu elmayı asla sana vermeyeceğim.
Hayır, bu sana vermek. I will never kiss apple. What? That is somehow disproportionate. What's so important about the apple that you're gonna make like bold pronouncements like that? Vermeyeceğim.
Vermeyeceğim.
Dün gece uyumadım çünkü çok ödevim vardı.
I did not night on had lot.
Neden bana söylemedin?
Why? Tell me.
Kütüphanede uyumadım ama süt içtim. Kütüphanede uyumadım ama süt içtim. Kütüphanede uyumadım ama süt içtim. Ama süt içtim.
I didn't sleep at the library, but I drank milk. Like, okay.
Gitmedim. Neden bugün derse gitmedin?
Neden bugün derse gitmedin?
Sen bana cevap vermedin.
Sen bana cevap vermedin.
Annem bu gece uyumayacak.
Annem bu gece
Biz seni hiç unutmadık, Deniz.
Seni hiç unutmayız.
O güzel günleri unutmadım.
O güzel günleri
Bir
kelime
kelime
bile
bile
söylemedi.
söylemedi.
Cevabı. Hiçbir.
Bir
Kimseye. Söylemeyeceğim.
Söylemeyi. Ha, hiç kim. Ha, okay.
Cevabı. Hiç. Kimseye.
Söylemeyi.
Söylemeyeceğim.
Okay. And we've leveled up. So it is time to another language. And to recap what we have done so far today, Turkish, Welsh, and Vietnamese. Arabic, Chinese, Hindi, Scottish Gaelic, Haitian, Navajo. Kind of in the mood for Swahili. Notification. Of course, somebody sends me on Fiverr, they can decide for me what language next. Looks like no, so Swahili is. So Swahili reading to
Tafadhali.
Tafadali. That is Arabic.
Asante Juma.
Thanks, Ju. Sante.
Samahani kaka.
Excuse me, brother. Samahani.
Shikamo.
Kamu. Oh, I respect you.
Hodi.
May I?
Hodi mama.
Odi mama.
Mama. Marahaba.
Thanks for your respect. Interesting. His merhaba in Arabic is welcome. Like, okay, how on earth is anyone supposed to get that as the correct? Yeah, there's a lot of Arabic in Swahili, but it's like, okay, this needs to be. First of all, there are other ways of translating fairly certain, but like, okay.
Hodi nyumbani.
A house. Hodi nyumba. Marahaba. Emilian tafadali. Samahani baba. Kamu baba. Samahani. Sante.
Shikamo.
I respect. I believe that also means. I feel like I've seen.
Marahaba.
Thanks. Correct.
Sikunjema.
Have a Emma.
Jioni njema Emilian.
Mchana mwema, Rehema.
Mchana mwema. Good noon. And one thing, you can always notice this. You notice that in Swahili and in other African languages, Xhosa and Zulu come to mind. See these words that'll have like the same first letter. This is a lot like the sort of concordância que existe no português, no espanhol, quando necessário que o adjetivo concorde com o substantivo, mas a concordância tem lugar na primeira parte da palavra. Njana Wema é classificador.
Asubuhi njema kaka.
Have a good brother, asubuhi, which is asabah.
Usiku mwema, Rehema.
Have a night rehema.
Siku njema Esther na Rashidi.
Have a good day. Rashid.
Jioni njema Esther. Njema
Ninjema
Esther.
Asubuhi jema.
Usiku mwema, baba na mama.
Have eight dad and mom. Jioni njema Esther. Umwema. Njema Esther. Rehema. Jioni njema. Mchana mwema, Alex. Jema. Mchana mwema, Esther. Mchana mwema, Rehema.
Usiku mwema, Daudi.
Have a good night. Hi, Ludlow. Good to see you here. We're just working on Swahili as part of our little speed run right now. Good to see you, as always. Siku mwema.
Kwaheri.
Heri. So goodbye. Okay.
Kwaheri, Rashidi.
Kwaheri.
Heri,
Rashidi.
Rashidi. Tutaonana baadaye.
Ana baadaye.
Pole, dada.
Sorry. Pole dada.
Baadaye, dada.
Baadaye dada. Later dada. Later sister dada, right. Baadaye kaka.
Daudi.
Judy. Ana baadaye. Ole dada. Yeah. And it does. It has a whole lot of Arabic in it because Swahili sort of developed as a lingua franca in a major trading area in East Africa. So you had Arab traders, you had Bantu speaking traders, you had all these languages coming together, and the result of it is Swahili. Swahili Rashi. Ole kaka. Sao nana badaye esta. Badaye dada. Banida. Jambo.
Kwaheri.
Goodbye.
Baadaye dada.
Later. Badaye. Okay, we have leveled up. That means it's time to choose a new language. And as always, suggestions are always welcome. That you can, out of all, there's a wide range of languages. I'm focusing primarily on the ones that I don't actually know at all, as Scottish Gaelic, but just more challenging. But anyone who sends me a follow on Twitch, a sub on YouTube, and a $5 on Patreon, they can just choose for me. And they can choose any language Duolingo. We'll just do it. What goes on. And fucking Klingon. Other than that, Arabic, Hindi, Scottish Gaelic, Haitian Creole, Navajo, Finnish, Irish, Hungarian, maybe you haven't done Hungarian in Indonesian. No West African languages. The only African languages represented right now are Swahili and Isi. And Isikulu isn't finished yet. Yeah, I mean, I'd love it if there was a Wolof course. That's one I'd love to learn. Do 2 words in Wolof. Already, my experience, and I'd love if they had Amharic as well. And just knowing hello in Wolof, I've found a lot of Senegalese utterly overjoyed if you've even made that much effort. It really does not speak highly how much effort foreigners make to learn. Seems like a very interesting. And I don't really know any African except Afrikaans is sort of South African Yiddish. Let's do station. I've done very, very little in this so far.
Let.
C'est un garçon.
There we go. There we go. Amen.
Map manger pain.
Bang. Hit that. Red map.
Lap manger pain.
Red map. Bang.
Wap manger pain.
What map? Bang. Red.
Mbouelette.
Toilette. Drink milk.
La boilette. L.
Up.
Ap.
Eh.
Bouet.
Eh.
Let. Let.
M'se yon ti fi. Manje di ri.
Nice. Manger tea. And one of the things I was remarking on earlier in the pronunciation is there are lots of things in here that are very similar to Quebecois. Like the way that a T or an I get a little S or a Z sound. Ziri, for example, Tifi. That is something that is a very Quebecois thing that I think it's something that got sort of phased out, appeared from Metropolitan French, but it was kept in Quebecois, and I guess it was also the common pronunciation at the time of French colonization as well. Makes sense
M'se
chronologically.
yon ti garçon.
I am a boy. Garçon.
Wap manje di ri?
Where are you?
Lap manje di ri.
They are eating. Everybody's.
Wap bwe.
They're drinking. Wapwe. Okay. One of two. Dlo.
Dlo.
Dlo.
Yap manje di ri.
They are. Yep. Three.
Wap bwelet, map bwe dlo. Ap bwe dlo.
Upwedlet. It. Upwedlo.
Yap manje pen. Nap manje di ri.
Right. Yep. And ding. Upwedlo. Water.
Dlo.
Water. And you see that is de.
Yap bwe dlo.
They are drinking water.
Nap bwelet.
Are. Upwedle. Oh fuck. We are drinking bread. Yeah, obviously. You're not drinking. Bread doesn't work that way.
Yap bwelet.
They are drinking milk. I almost did it again. Yep, Willie.
M'bwe dlo.
I drink water.
Nap bwe dlo. Yap bwelet.
Water. They are doing it.
Nap bwelet. Wap bwelet.
Upwedlet. Upwedlet. Upwedlet.
Nap bwelet.
Upwedlet. Drinking. And we have leveled up. Made at the top of Silver League. Let's see. 197 out of 50 XP today. 5821 out of 7500 for the next achievement. And tons of lingots. Piles of fucking lingots. Okay, and it is time to pick a new language. I am, as always, open for suggestions, and if you want to just lock one in, you know how to do it. We've done Haitian Creole, we've done Swahili, Turkish, we've done Welsh, we've done Vietnamese. Ah, bueno. Ah, chaucito, buenas noches, gracias por venir, po. Siempre bueno verte. Okay. Do some Navajo. Buenas noches.
Shemasane. Shemasane.
Sonne? Mother? My maternal grandmother. Okay. Sonne?
Shema. Yaje. Shema yaje.
Ayaje? My maternal aunt. See, there's okay. I hope that we're going to get enough exercises that I start understanding how these things come together. Because right now, I mean, it's clear that there is some agglutination going on, but I'm not clear what exactly is happening, and that's kind of important. Apart from that, I just love agglutination. They have a very sort of plug and play thing, and very easy.
Sheja'a.
Yeah,
Sheja'a.
grandmother, my dad. Yeah,
Shinale. Asan. Shinale.
Ali,
Asan.
maternal grandmother. Okay, so she is my
Holo.
Holo. Fine. I have context.
Sheja'a. Holo. Sheja'a. Holo.
I have a dad.
She.
I
She. Be.
he
Be.
has a
Ya'at a shaja'a. Ya'at a shaja'a.
hello father. Shite. One Imasani.
Ayyaha. Shanale asan. Ayyaha. Shanale asan.
San.
Ayyaha. Shanale asan. Ayyaha. Shanale asan.
Thank you.
Ya'at a shama yaje.
Oh, aunt.
Ya'at a shama yaje. Ayyaha. Shama
Ayyaha.
yaje. Ayyaha. Shama yaje.
Thank you. Oh, thank you.
Shaja'a. Shaja'a.
Father.
Holo. Holo.
Oh,
Be.
be.
Be.
Like, how is I have Holo? He has it. Be. I don't see the connection. How's that work?
Ayyaha. Shama yaje. Ayyaha. Shama yaje.
Shmayaje. Thank aunt. Two.
Atsile. Atsile.
Atsile. I don't know. A younger brother. Like, how. I mean, these things, it's like designed to be your luck, which I don't think is a great way to do sorts of things. And it's not, I'm not picking on this course specifically. This gets some of this in Vietnamese, well, in a lot of languages. Like, and I probably don't notice as much because I'm in most of the languages that we're doing, I've done at least something. Navajo, I nothing. So Like, look at the options here. C, grandpa, brother, younger. Hello. Well, I know it's not hello. I don't know brother. I don't think I've seen grandpa yet. Yeah.
She.
My
She.
son. Okay, she, of course, is my. Yeah.
She.
Grandfather, she, che.
Atta'a.
Atta'a. Atta'a. Oh. Atta'a.
Ate. Ate.
Sister.
Anna.
Anna. Anna. Brother.
Ate to Anna. Ate to Anna.
Anna. You're an older brother.
Aheha. Shiche. Aheha. Shiche.
Okay. Grandfather. One. Yeah.
Ya at a shiche. Ya at a shiche.
Yeah.
Shimasane ate be holo. Shimasane ate be holo.
Ah. Grandmother. And. Her? This? Well, okay. Does that work? Okay. Let's see. So, my maternal grandmother, Shimasane. Ade is an older sister. Be is has. Holo, I have. Now, I'm thinking that be and holo mean more than that. Holo, more than that. They have to, because otherwise it's as I have. I think what's going on is that holo context, like be is of the preceding thing. It's a possessive particle. Holo. Now, this is where it would be really nice to have some more specific grammar discussion.
Atsile be holo. Atsile be holo.
Yeah. He has a younger holo.
Da atsile be holo.
Don't
Da atsile be holo.
holo have a okay, that's interesting. Holo together is somebody else has.
Shenale asan ata'a be holo. Shenale asan ata'a be holo.
Grandmother, I think, has uncle. Nali astan atape holo.
Atsile Atsile.
Brother?
Shiye. Shiye.
No, my son.
Atsile be hollo. Atsile be hollo.
A has a younger brother. Atsile, his younger brother. One of the other things that's challenging about this, like with most of the languages on here, there are points of reference that I have etymologically. Like, with Turkish, there are lots of. First of all, there's the agglutination patterns. I know a lot about those. I know like what the suffixes, prefixes. Have lots of loan words in Arabic, so there's lots of chances to catch something, even though it's technically a word. And I mean the same with Welsh, same with Creole, others. But with Navajo, I have no etymological point of reference. So I am just totally winging it. And I think this is also where we just really kind of see the weakness of the Duolingo approach, too. You have no point of reference, just getting these phrases thrown at you and being asked to translate them, and don't have any basis to even begin to make sense out of it.
Atsile be hollo. Atsile
A
be
younger
hollo.
brother. Atsile be holo. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think it is really cool that they've got Navajo on here. I hope they get more indigenous languages on here. But I think they need some work on the methodology. Okay, so that is Navajo done. And it's time to language. Hindi, why not? Go for some. Probably going to call it a night fairly soon. It's already 3 in the morning and try to get have to like put the sheets on my bed when those get out of the dryer and stream isn't constipated. Okay. Boom. 0. Gadi.
गाड़ी
Gadi. Ra.
कमरा,
And that should be a familiar word for anyone who Italian, for example. French, like chambre, camera, camera.
यह मेरा कमरा है
My room. ये मेरा कमरा.
5 कमरे,
Rooms, 5 कमरे.
तुम्हारी गाड़ियाँ अच्छी हैं
Your cars are good. Area.
इस कमरे में राज खाता है.
Raj is in this room.
मैं उस घर में रहता हूँ
I live in that house. घर में रहता.
पीटर उस स्कूल के पास है. पीटर उस स्कूल के पास है. पीटर उस स्कूल के पास है. पीटर उस स्कूल के पास है.
उस
स्कूल के पास
है.
है.
Theater is near that school.
ये गाड़ियां लाल हैं.
Car red. ये गाड़ियां लाल है.
यह गाड़ी मेरी है.
ये गाड़ी मेरी. Car mine.
इस हाथी का घर भारत है.
Home India.
उस कमरे में 2 आदमी हैं.
There are 2 men in that room.
उस कुर्सी पर बिल्ली बैठी है.
A cat is sitting there. पर बिल्ली. Kursi, a word we Arabic. Okay. Baza. Baza.
दरवाजा.
Kirka. Kirki.
खिड़की.
Kirki.
एक खिड़की.
Kirki.
4 खिड़कियां.
Or
दरवाजे और खिड़कियां.
doors.
दरवाजे खुले हैं.
Are
दरवाजा बंद नहीं है.
door closed. बंद नहीं.
मेरे पास 2 बिल्लियां हैं.
I have cat.
खिड़कियां खुली हैं.
Windows. खिड़कियां
दरवाजा खुला है. दरवाजा खुला है. जमीन.
Also means ground. Or star.
बिस्तर.
पीटर और राज सो रहे हैं.
Peter. And
मेरा भाई जमीन पर सो रहा है.
brother.
नेहा जमीन पर सो रही है.
Neha. Sleeping. Or Neha zमीन पर सो रही है.
जमीन पर कौन सोता है?
Or
ये गाड़ियां पुरानी हैं.
cars are
दरवाजे पुराने हैं.
दरवाजे पुराने. The doors are old. पुरसन पुराना है.
जूलिया बिस्तर पर नहीं सोती.
Julia on bed.
यह किताब नई है.
Qui n'est pas un livre. Not. Oh. नहीं. ये. Book. दरवाजा नया है.
हम क्यों सोते हैं?
I क्यों सोते हैं?
वो मेरे साथ खेल रहा है. नई खिड़कियां और नए दरवाजे.
Windows.
मेरे भाई का घर बहुत पुराना है. मेरे
भाई
भाई का घर बहुत पुराना है। लोग बिस्तर पर सो रहे हैं।
sleeping on bed.
दीवार,
और
छत,
छत.
यह दरवाजा बहुत सस्ता है।
Door very okay, it's either cheap or expensive. I have no. सस्ता.
यह घर बहुत महंगा है।
This house very expensive. महंगा.
हम महंगा खाना नहीं खाते।
हम
महंगा
महंगा
खाना नहीं खाते।
Not eat.
यह छत बहुत सस्ती है।
दीवारें देख रही हैं।
The walls are what?
यह मकान पुराना है।
This
ये किताबें महंगी हैं।
books are
4 दीवारें, 2 खिड़कियां और एक दरवाजा।
यह दीवार हरी है।
wall
यह दीवार लंबी है।
wall tall.
यह जमीन सस्ती है।
And cheap.
यह मकान नया नहीं है।
House not new.
यह दरवाजा बहुत सस्ता है।
Okay, and that's leveled up. Gonna do as 6 for this run, and then I'm gonna call it a day. Okay, so Silver League, topping out the silver table. Daily goal 281 out of 5,905 out of 7,500. 128 ingots, 9 days round. So all in all, speedrun is running speedily. Thanks to everyone who watched. Thanks to previous stream. I would absolutely it's if you're helping pay for the stream because it's kind of an insurance policy for the lean periods. And I will be back tomorrow, probably tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night. I have not entirely decided. It depends on what goes on tomorrow. Thanks to everyone who's having a good time with this, and I hope you are too.